Welcome to Backstabbers, the only podcast where we're not just sticking needles in your back, we're talking behind it too.
So I just got back from vacation and I had this sweatshirt on because I'm oddly cold wherever I go. So we were out kind of shopping and we were checking out somewhere and this kid was looking at me sideways and I was like, what? And he was like, what's Backstabbers podcast? And I was like, oh, my sister goes, oh, she's famous. And I was like, shut up. And anyways, I was like, oh, it's just a podcast about anesthesia and blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, and Lacey, I was like, Lacey's going to kill me. He was like, what are y'all on? And I was like, you know where the podcasts are? The podcasts. And he was like, I mean, there's several places. And I was like,
lots of platforms.
What if you say one out loud and I'll tell you maybe? He said Spotify. And I was like, I don't know. And he goes, I'm going to Google you right now.
Was he able to find us?
Yeah. So he found us and he goes, follow. Yeah. I'm going to go home and listen. He goes, I'm in nursing school. And I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you need to go into anesthesia. And I was like, what kind of nursing you want to do? And he was like, ER. He was like, I can't wait. I'm a trauma junkie. And I was like, who kindred spirits? I said, I worked there for 12 years. Anyway, so I talked to him for a while and he was like, well, I'm going to go listen. And I was like, well, I've been yelling from the back. It's not educational at all. And I was like, that is not true. We are educating you in life.
Street smarts. Hello.
And
you'll recognize celebrities that you never knew.
My sister was like, no, seriously, they're funny. Just go listen to her. And so we have a new follower in Florida. So
okay. That's awesome.
Neat. He was cute though. He was 12. I wanted to be like, oh my gosh, are you old enough to go to nursing school? I'm so old.
I didn't know your sister went with you to the beach.
She invited herself last minute.
I thought I saw pictures and I was like,
I saw she was at the beach, but I didn't know it was the same.
Okay.
She invited herself at the end and we were like, okay, let's do it. The more the merrier, because sad thing was this whole trip was planned around the oldest child turning 21. It was celebrating him. And then he got this big new fancy internship and couldn't go on his own 21st birthday trip. And it was too late to cancel. So we went without him.
Well, did you send him pictures of shots?
We did go on a birthday dinner because his girlfriend and her family were at a different spot. And we were all just going to kind of intermingle the whole time. And we met up and had a birthday dinner without him. So poor thing. I think he was kind of sad, but then he went to buy alcohol for his first time on his 21st birthday. He got denied with his real ID on his birthday. They would not sell it to him. And the guy was like, dude, look at the date. Like my birthday is today. And he was like, just don't think it's real, man. So they
him right. You know what?
Yeah. So they turned him away. And then he is like one of the head guys for all the party planning for his whole fraternity. And so he texts the owner of the shop later and he was like, man, I really wanted to use your shop for all of our parties, but I mean, they would not budge. And I was like, I mean, buy alcohol on my 21st birthday.
I thought you were going to say that they didn't even card him.
Oh, that would have been equally disappointing.
They carded him. But no, they don't card me. That's who they don't card ever. But
the other day,
that's why so when we ask for your card, we just want a credit card.
What were you saying, Lacey?
Sorry.
No, I was saying I got carded the other day and I just laughed at her and then I handed it to her and I was like, okay,
here you go.
Don't worry, I'll still tip you good. I know that's what you're after.
That's what,
That's what when I was a server, I always asked like the 90-year-olds for their ID. They'd be like, oh, hey, whatever you need to make you feel good.
Whatever
that's all it's about.
That's funny. I do not have on merch today because I've coordinated. Wait for it. Oh, the shoes.
I'm an influencer.
Definitely made by an orthopedic surgeon. I am waiting for my broken ankle.
I am waiting for you guys.
So the first time I wore those, I probably rolled my ankle 5 times. The last time I worked, I was down to 2. I really feel like it gets better every time. Your body's going to get used to it. So last night we were sitting there and I was like, guess who bought some shoes like mine? And Devin was like,
definitely not Alex. That's what.
No. And I was like, they're like walking on clouds, Devin. They're wonderful.
They are. I've just been wearing them around my house. They are very comfortable.
That's what I did before I took them to work. I was just wearing them around the house.
Aaron told me, he was like, you cannot wear those in public. So this morning we were getting ready for church, and of course we have all the I hit the microphone. We have all the kids with us because they were going to church camp. And anyway, I come out with my outfit and I put the shoes on just to see if anyone would notice. And Layla's just looking at me, and her friends are just looking at me, and I'm just daring one of them to say something.
I love it. It was killing them.
Nah, they didn't. They just kind of looked at me, and I was like, "I'm just teasing. I'm not wearing them. My
The
pants
Lord
were like
loves my
this much too
shoes."
short." Yeah.
Oh, that's. I was actually thinking of y'all today because Sarah was standing next to this very petite male, and I was like, I miss Sarah up here at my height than her heels.
I do have to wear heels to church, so I don't feel like a child next to Alex.
But I was thinking about those shoes. So I was like, I would be so tall. Even those platform sandal
You would be.
ones that you guys sent.
Yeah.
Like you'd
there's
be
just-
almost 6 foot.
I
I
couldn't do
love
it.
those. Yeah.
I
look
can't wait.
comfy.
I'm going to order them. They're on sale for the 4th of July.
I've had
The
them for what,
refunds
a
are?
year or two
Yeah.
now?
The reef.
Whenever they, yeah. Super comfy.
Well, that's what you always said. They're comfy, and I've got
Mhm.
jeans that I don't want to hem because I like wearing them with like wedges,
Mhm.
but I can't wear them with flats. So that's like a good, they're like a
And
elevated.
Drunk
They're so
Lacey
cute.
does better in like a platform than a heel. I can do a wedge.
Oh, yeah.
A wedge or a platform is better than just a straight up heel.
I'm pretty good in any from my college days, and that's really just I didn't do anything good in them.
You
I just went to
didn't.
pick up my friends in them.
I was going to say, you had a very mild college days.
I was the DD. It was me carrying weighted women on my back in heels back to the car and being like, no, you're not
You were
going
not
in his room.
Exactly.
No, I'm going to take a picture of him. I'll show you in the morning.
You
No,
can
And
buy
you're
me
going
a
to thank
present.
me
Yeah.
later.
Absolutely not. Which I would do for either of you at this point if you were single.
That's
That's what I'm doing for my older sister. Like, I'm like, no, we're not going to do that one. She got some like 30-year-old military guy asked for her number at the pool
nice.
while we were there. I was like,
Get it.
just like falling all at your feet.
Yeah.
No.
She looks amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got home, and one of her people that are helped building her fence for her new house asked her out when she got home. And she was like, do I have to wait to say no until he finishes my fence? Or
Keep
I'm
him
like,
on the
I mean, I
hook
probably
to-
would.
Do I get a discount? Yeah.
Yeah. What's this dinner entail?
I just heard thunder at one of your houses.
It's
Yeah,
mine. Is it
me
thunder at
too.
your house?
Probably both of
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Earlier, Devin had come from Walmart, and it was pouring at Walmart. And it wasn't doing anything at my house.
We
But-
were on the fence about going down to the lake, and I am thinking we made the very smart decision.
Yes.
Mhm.
Well, I haven't watched your video. I got to watch your video of you surfing.
Oh,
That was good. It's real short.
it's really short. My sister just was doing it in slow mo, and I didn't know it. And I was like, "Oh, that was awesome!"
It was
I'm
really
like,
cool.
Throwing them rope.
Now I have to do it.
So I've wake surfed, and I can stay up if I'm holding the rope indefinitely. Like I'm good to go.
Oh,
The second I get rid of the rope, I'm good for about 30 seconds, and down she goes.
but
I haven't tried to surf.
it's fun.
It
So
is fun.
kneeboard, wake, like that stuff. I need to try to surf.
Yeah,
I have a
it's-
problem as I've gotten older, and this is shocking. I don't want to get in the water.
I don't ever get in the water unless I'm surfing.
I don't. There are things under there that slither.
Well, that and just like I don't know, E. coli. Like I'm
There's
like,
urine
"Oh."
everywhere. It is. Everybody acts like it's so dilute. It's not when everyone's urinated in it. All the thousands and thousands of people just continuously peeing in it.
Yeah, I mean that part doesn't bother me.
That doesn't bother me
Yeah.
as much.
Bothers me. Yeah, and other things. I just.
You want to hear something that'll bother you, Sarah?
Yeah, go for it. Probably won't take much.
Okay, so I got back from the beach, 3 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
You got back not even 3 days ago. You're already unpacked, right? Car washed, vacuumed, the whole nine. I have washed my car and I have vacuumed. My bag is still packed. I'm still wearing clothes out of it. And I told Aaron as I was getting ready to come to this house, I was like, at this rate, we go to the beach again in 4 weeks. If I just leave it, I don't have to repack. Like it's already ready to go.
Mm-mm. No, when we got home, I literally roll in the door. Everything is unpacking as I go. And I just roll my suitcase straight to the laundry room and start a load because, like, at this place we were staying, it had a washer machine. So I did laundry there. And then I was like, well, everything's dirty because that washing machine was gross. He's like, we just
Sarah.
washed all this stuff. And I'm like, in that
Yes.
washing machine.
Why'd you even wash
But
it?
that was to get the ocean off. Now we're going to
Sarah.
clean it.
That's crazy.
But it's all washed and put away.
No, mine's not.
I mean, I'm not going to, like, it's not a terrible idea to leave it packed until you go to the beach again. I'm a little upset you're going to the beach again.
Because when would I wear a bathing suit other than to like pull one out, go to the pool, wash it, and put it right back in? Like, I'm just going to
That's a
keep.
good point. And then you won't forget anything.
Well, and I should add, I'm in between stages and in multiple houses. So my whole life is packed.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know what
You're
I mean?
literally
I feel like
living
that
in a
gives me an
suitcase regardless.
Yes.
I agree.
You know.
Alex, you have no excuse.
Yeah, I don't.
There's none.
I've got nothing. But
Mm-mm.
I'm still not fully unpacked from Dominican. So there's
Love it.
I actually got another outfit I wore today to church from that bag. So
I'm glad it was readily available for you.
yeah,
That's awesome.
I wear a dress, and it's not like a short dress, but it's like hits me right at the knee. And I forgot what I was doing right before we got in the car to go to church. And Everly goes, I saw your underwear. You are not wearing shorts under your dress like you should. And I was like, I know you're going to have to help a sister out. If I need something in church, you have to bend over and pick it up for me.
yeah.
So don't drop it anything. I should wear shorts under my dresses for church. I'm so sorry. She totally threw me on the bus. So we drove to Florida, and I did something where I mocked Devin in his voice, and she goes, Mommy, I didn't think you could do that voice in front of Daddy. And I turned around, Devin's face, he was like, I knew you talked about me. And I'm like, yeah, I make fun of you all the time. And I was like, Everly.
That's funny.
Oh, girl code.
That's funny.
She threw you right under the bus.
Right under the bus. Didn't even blink. She's like, no. The one that you used when Daddy was not in the car with us. And I'm like,
Stop talking.
She's at the window now going, oh, that's good. We'll go change the diaper. Oh, it looks good. They're on here, yes. All right, bye, girl. She picked out a birthday present because we're doing his birthday today, and then she is, of course, playing with it.
Oh, well.
Makes sense. It's
Oh,
for
there
both
she
of
is.
them. Oh, I see a little piggy pie.
Get out of here, you little turkey.
No.
Poor Savvy, we dropped Layla off at camp, and she immediately just started bawling.
Her best friend.
Yeah. Well, and she just got back from her grandparent trip yesterday. So they've only been together not even like right at 24 hours. And Layla's been up here with the friends. So it's not been like normal
Just one
sister,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So she
Sorry,
she
my dogs.
bawled. Oh, they're fine.
Poor baby.
Yeah. And then we got home. She
And Layla's
got
gone till
better. And then we got
Thursday.
home and then she started just bawling.
She's like, who am I supposed to talk to? You guys?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Poor
Are they
thing. That's
gonna
rough.
That's one reason.
Stay up here this
That's
week with
the
you.
reason I was late because she was like, "Can we just snuggle?"
Oh,
and I was like,
sorry.
"Yes, we
Emergency
can."
Weather alert.
Uh-oh, what kind of storm y'all getting?
It's just still thunderstorm.
Tornado-like wind speeds.
Oh. Oh.
Nothing major.
Well, I don't think in the last few tornado things we've had, it sent me an alert.
No. I'm so glad we did not go down to the lake.
Yeah.
Is all I'm thinking about.
Yeah, no joke.
That would have been awful. It's like the
Y'all, there's-
perfect setup for the first night of camp, though.
Right?
It is.
Like,
There,
thunderstorms.
Gosh, man, I loved freaking church camp. It was the best.
I never went. We did church like mission trips where our youth group would go to other cities and do like some sort of service. Like we, a lot of times we'd paint the Ronald McDonald House or do something like that, and then
Yeah.
we'd go visit the church and go do an activity. But we didn't do like just a straight up church camp. And I'm jealous because it sounds amazing.
yeah. That was my first like real encounter too with like God. And I don't know, it was really powerful.
That's same.
It's
And I
stuck
hope
in
I
my
can get
memory.
Layla. Did she go? She had friends the first time before she went. Like I'm hoping I'd get her. No, she went all like.
The very first year she went all by herself.
Wow.
But it was only a 2-night.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she's always been fairly independent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she makes friends easy too. But I hope I can get it because she doesn't want to do anything by herself. So I'm gonna have to.
Find a
You
friend.
just
so
volunteer.
fun.
You'll just
Yeah.
be part of the camp.
That's what my nephew just went. He's going into the 11th grade, and they just had. He said it was just so powerful, and like 2 of his friends got baptized, and
Oh, that's
it's
awesome.
just so moving. Yeah, so he was excited.
Very
But
cool.
yeah. So
Well, I guess we can apologize that we haven't had an episode in a while. It's been a multifaceted problem between vacations and technically we did record once, but it was not worthy of air. So we decided we couldn't get fired yet. So that will not see the light of
We
day.
borderline almost posted it though. Oh,
We were real
Was
spicy.
heavily weighed.
luckily there's 3 people because my vote would have been
Yep.
do it, especially if in the mindset I was out of a much better.
Well, and I would say that's one of the things about this is it's very cathartic for me to like talk through stuff and just, revisit, do life, the whole 9. So in the moment, it was very needed. It felt great to kind of get all that out, discuss. And then 2 days later, when we're ready to release it and we're all listening to it again, I was like, ooh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. When we're trying to cut things out and you end up cutting the whole episode.
Yeah.
We have like 5 minutes of mail check and
Yeah, exactly.
word of the week.
Yeah.
It was good.
So it's been a minute, but that's
yeah,
we're
sorry about
back.
that,
We'll
guys.
try to keep it work
Well,
approved.
it's good.
Yes.
Ish.
Yeah.
Well,
Always an ish on there.
I do feel much better than I
Good.
did last week.
Good.
We'll see what happens this week. But
Fair. That's lately been
you
the
know,
theme.
every now and then you just want to quit your job and not really care what the consequences are.
Yeah.
And I
We've
was
been
pretty
there.
much there.
Yeah.
But better. The beach does that to you, doesn't it?
It does help. It does. And just,
Chills you out a little bit, puts some things into perspective.
dedicated. I think that's one reason
And I'm not
we
saying
do
anything.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, my sister just randomly said something on the way down there. She was talking about she manages this ginormous farm in our old hometown, and one of the people that are from a different country that come over and work was like, "I'm ready to quit." And she was like, "I mean, where else are you going to go? What are you going to do?" And she goes, "Listen, there are always going to be people in another job that you do not get along with. Always, wherever you go." And she was like, "If you have a good boss and you have a good base, then why would you leave? Because you're going to go deal with different people with different problems that make you mad in a different way."
Yeah.
And so, anyways, it kind of stuck with me. And it was one of those things where I was like, okay. And my sister, like, I didn't even say anything when she said that. And then later I was like, man, something that you said has just been echoing in my head since we left. And she was like, oh, I didn't even mean for it to be so profound. Like, you got away. But anyways. And everybody goes through ups and downs, and it's just if you can crutch through those sometimes.
Yeah.
But and pray a lot about getting you through it, I think.
Yeah.
And you have
That was
2 good
today's
friends that'll
help you. Yeah. As I told Alex, I was like, between us, one of us has to stay sane and not ready to kill
at any
everyone
point
we
in
work
time.
with. Yeah. But
I think
today's sermon.
actually we've all been ready to jump off a cliff at a different
Yeah.
point.
I literally tried to quit, and our boss was like, okay, no. All right. Today's sermon was all about if you can spiral down, why can't you spiral up? And it's, we learn from the Bible that your trials and your tribulations are meant to draw you closer. And that's the purpose of them. So instead of like just getting bogged down and spiraling down and the woe is me, spiral it up. Just focus on him throughout the whole spiraling. He talked a lot about, Isaiah was what he was preaching out of. And like when they're the angels, the 6-winged angels, and like they use 4 of them to worship and 2 of them to move themselves. He was like, that's the way it's supposed to be. You should be giving more of yourself to worship than to surviving or whatever it is your task is, your survival thing. But it was really interesting. He did a really good job. And I was like, ooh, I needed that today because I feel like I've been spiraling a lot just with, all the things, work, life in general.
Oh, it's so true. It's so easy to take the negative outlook on it, like spiraling down instead of spiraling up. And that's what, like, to piggyback, ours today was more of, why don't you instead of focusing on the problem, focus on what God is bringing you to through that problem. Like, just like he was, for example, David being sold into slavery, and then he changed 2 whole nations, because you have to look through the problem and see what God's doing through the problem instead of looking and focusing on the problem.
Yeah.
And that's why people, he said today, that's why people are like, why do bad things happen to such wonderful people? Well, maybe because God's using them.
Yeah.
And God's, yeah. So that's what I'm going to try to focus on this week.
I know.
It's just me and you this week, Sarah.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm Cole. I should be good. I'm just going to do whatever I want.
Well played.
See, it's that broken filter.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, I really am sad that I couldn't follow through with this. But I was for our nail check today. My nails look like Alex's yesterday. Like a small, hungry dog had chewed on all of them for a week or so.
That was that hurt.
Okay, you know, like when your nails get to the end.
Yes, I do
You
know.
can't not pick at them.
I know. Okay. Anyway.
So then I got them off by myself, and they're so sore today.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I found this little tool, and I can't remember. It looked like a little. Oh, those still look good.
They're still missing the chrome, but they're still here.
That's the good thing about that one. Yours, Lacey's never look like they grow out.
No.
Well, I've
How do
cut
you do
them.
that? Oh. Well,
I know, but even at the bottom, still looks like you're touching your cuticles.
Yeah. No, I'm not. There's
just from a distance,
Yeah,
it
just a
looks
little bit.
like
Yeah, from a distance, it looks so good.
it looks good. Yeah.
it's
Well, I was
it's because
supposed to go
I'm
get
so
mine
white.
done.
You can't tell where my skin goes to my cuticle.
It just
That's
blends.
true.
It's just one.
I was supposed to go get mine done Friday before we left, and because Devin was supposed to work, and then he got a shift trade, and he was like, "Well, I wanted to leave early." I was like, "Oh, what about my nails?"
Yeah.
And my toenails have like just this much on it left,
That's
so
funny.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna embrace this cake. I'm just gonna go with it.
I could live with my fingernails before I could live with my toenails.
It is that my toenails is bothering me so much. Like
Toenails
I
bother me
probably am
more.
gonna give my nails a break, but I have to go get my toenails done. I cannot.
Yeah. But I
It
feel like
does.
my toenails last a long time.
Oh, they do. Agree.
They do. This has
But-
been on for weeks, I think, what I have
Oh.
on. But
Yeah.
I think actually the last time I did it was when we got it done at the
Oh.
same time. So it's
Yeah.
been a long time.
Yeah.
But it's necessary this time. But anyway, so yes, I'm raw dogging it. Can I say that about my nails?
I think so.
No, I don't think
That's
so.
better.
Okay.
I don't think
I had
so.
to turn off my light. I was like blinding myself. It's like I can't keep my eyes.
That one, yours is
As
bright.
It's like it was bright, but it's like getting darker outside, and so the light is just even more. Anyway,
The natural light still looks good. So does your closet light.
Oh, I've got a light on. Hold on. I'll show you the difference.
you're kind of frozen. Is she frozen for you? Sarah?
It's because I'm having a hotspot off my phone. So I'm hoping this will all work out. Let me try closing things on my phone. Maybe that'll help. Savvy had my phone, so literally all the things are open. Okay. We'll see if that gets any
Oh.
better.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do we have anything anesthesia wise to talk about?
I'm just gonna.
No, go for it.
Oh, I did think I thought of something very controversial that I didn't know if we should talk about.
I'm
But
loving it already.
I had a conversation with a medical professional about it while I was on vacation.
I'm interested now. I guess just say it. I guess we don't have to comment on it if
Okay.
we're going to get in trouble over it.
It is about obesity in the medical field and
As
how we should handle it
providers or patients?
as providers and both really.
Like, are you
Um,
saying their population's fat or the providers are fat?
the population
Okay.
and like how it should be handled and how our jobs are so much harder because of it and how they cost so much more money. And we were talking about this person had lived in two different places, and one place was a healthy, and everybody sent, like where my father-in-law lives is in the
Mhm.
mountains where everybody hikes and it's beautiful. And they're like, the first time I visited him, I was blown away. Like we weren't married yet, but I looked around and was like, I am like there's not been one even remotely overweight person here. They all walk everywhere. They hike every day. That's just what they do. And I was like, I want to get a job here. Like, I bet it is. Like, all the older people are so healthy. And there's none of that vascular stuff. Like, it's just crazy. And then you go to this population, and this guy that I was talking to lives in Alabama. And he was like, everybody's huge. Everybody is diabetic. But we're not allowed to say anything. We always have to be PC, and we don't want hurting people's body's feelings. And there are all these influencers nowadays that are spreading false information that you can be like obese and healthy. And it is just proven that it's not. And so anyways, we just got into this conversation about like, what do you do about it? And I was like, well, I mean, my personal opinion is not a popular one, but I think there needs to be a certain percentage increase in everything. Price, like nobody responds to anything but a monetary value. And so I mean, for our profession, specifically anesthesia, for instance, if you're an epidural, you're a harder epidural. We can't feel your spine if you're so big. And there are a lot of girls that we can't feel their spines on because they're big before they get pregnant. And then they add another 80, 100 pounds because they don't watch what they eat. And then, I mean, you can be hypertensive with that, and then gestational diabetic, which makes your babies bigger. And then in the OR, you're a difficult airway. We have to move you, and we take 8 to 10 people to put you in a position where a normal sized person, we would only need a couple. Like, there's so many things, and it's harder on our body. It's harder to make you safe. Your risks are higher if we put you in certain positions because you can go blind because you're so much weight on your face. And like, all this to say, there's so many things. I can't even get your blood pressure because your arm is so large that it doesn't appropriately take it. And so there's got to be, at some point, we're going to have to wake up and change the way we take care of these people to the point where there is more personal responsibility, or it'll never change. So
Well, I think, so we used to, and I don't do anything with billing, so take this for what it's worth, but I know we used to differentiate anesthesia pay if you were like, what was it, an ASA 3 and up, like you got paid more. And they had it where, because I just had to look to verify, an ASA 2 or PSA or whatever we're calling it is a BMI of like 30 to 35, technically just under. And then ASA 3 would be a BMI of over that. So like starting at 40 actually is what it says. So I don't know what you do between 35 and 40. I guess you're at 2.5. I don't know. Anyway, so I guess they kind of used to do that on our end, but then insurance changed it, and now they don't. And at the same point, insurance won't approve. I think it's gotten better and we have better access, but there for a long time, they wouldn't approve any of the GLP-1s for a large hunk of the people that needed them for weight loss. And the 3 states that took the longest to get it to where it was mandated approval, or not mandated, but like approved, were your heaviest ones. It was like Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, maybe Louisiana. There was a handful that were the last ones to come on board because it's better for them if you don't stay healthy, I guess. I mean, I don't know. And then I got in an argument, speaking of GLP-1s, I got in an argument the other day in the OR. Someone was talking about how, we don't know what they're doing to us and they're a new drug and yada, yada, yada. And I was like, well, it's not a new drug. It's been around for a long time, well over 20 years. We've got new names and we've, slightly changed the formula and made them, name brand and whatnot. But the GLP-1s have been around for a while and they've been studying the idea since I think like the 80s. I looked it up a long time ago, so don't take me for, but we know what obesity does. We can look at that. We know it goes in hand with hypertension, diabetes, cardiovascular risk. I mean, all the things.
It does. And it's just, and I totally agree. Like it's so hard because some people are trying so hard to get it and their insurance won't pay for it. And who can afford a medicine $500 a month out of pocket, like we just make it so hard. And then like people getting denied for knee replacements because they're too young, and your knee replacement only lasts 15 years. But if they can't get up and move, how do you want them to lose weight? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like there's just
It's
such
a
this
catch-22.
like, it's a catch-22. But like, if you can get a new knee and lose weight because you can finally get up and walk again, 15 years on a new, like while you're in your 50s or 40s or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So I just think I feel bad for the patients and for providers, but
well, that's an interesting point because
a little more personal responsibility.
But, and speaking of knees, which one came first? Is it that they're overweight and that's why their knee hurts and they can't move around? Or is it, did their knee hurt and that caused them to go overweight? So maybe a GLP-1 for X amount of time and getting your weight under control.
Absolutely.
And doing some rehab before the knee and then setting yourself up for success. Because how many do we do? And we're like, this isn't going to fix the problem.
Well, and a lot of, for a really long time, we were jumping on the wagon to have surgery. And now, I've taken care of a significant amount lately of people that have had gastric bypass and stuff, and it has not aged them well. They tell you at the beginning, but I don't think people really realize how many problems you can have from it. And like I did scopes my last day at work, and I took care of several, and they were all like, oh, I think I have this, and I think I have this, and I think I have this. I said, well, it's the gastric bypass that you had, and your body's not tolerating it well. And it just aged them significantly, and they hadn't felt well. And they were like, the first 5 years was great, and I lost all the weight, which is great. And the point, right? But so I do think, at least I'm hopeful that the GLP-1s will be a better tool for people. Because I think, and some people that I've talked to that have been on it, it's been more of a mind reset. They're like, I retrained my brain on it to not snack and not to be like thinking about food all the time.
Yeah. No food noise. Yeah.
Yes. And so if you can retrain yourself, then you can consistently stay after you get off of it. I mean, the problem is it comes down to whether you're on it or off of it. It comes down to self-discipline.
Yeah.
And I think we've all gone through phases in our life where we're heavier than we wanted to be. And I look down and I'm like, oh my gosh, how did I gain that much weight?
Yeah.
Oh, our tornado sirens are going off.
Oh, God.
Okay, so we'll end this recording
do I need
here.
to come?
We'll make word of the week tornado, and we'll catch y'all tomorrow.
Okay.
Next week. But we're going to try to report again tomorrow. Y'all be safe.
Okay.
Backstabbers out really quickly.
Backstabbers out. Oh,
bye. Okay, for real. Be safe. Text
I'm going to get in the shell.
All right. Jesus wants y'all to be quiet. Bye, y'all.
Be quiet. Backstabbers out.
Bye.